Making quick and easy control panels with the Creality Falcon A1 laser engraver on this bonus episode of Toy Train Tips and Tricks. Hello again, this is Mike, and once again I'm stepping away from the layout and over to the creation station to feature this, the Creality Falcon A1 laser engraver. And in this episode we're going to be using this to make some cool projects for the layout, like some control panels. But before we get to the projects themselves, let's take a look under the hood of the Falcon A1 and see what it's all about. Creality describes the Falcon A1 as the first laser engraver in your life. This is a great choice for beginners who still want a full functioning machine. It is packed with features that make it intuitive and easy to use, but it's also large enough and powerful enough to do many projects both around the house and around the layout. You can find a link at the end of the video for more information or purchasing the Falcon A1, or you can also find the link in the video description below. And in the name of full disclosure, Creality was kind enough to provide the machine and samples for me to use for the production of this video. Unboxing and setup is easy. Just plug in the air assist pump and the power adapter cord, attach the included exhaust pipe, and you're ready to go. By the way, ventilation is very important. The provided tubing and a good window will work for many materials, but you really should consider adding an air purification system or fume removal for heavy use. These can be found on the official Creality store site. You will need a nearby computer to control the Falcon A1, but it does not have to be state-of-the-art. I'm using an older Windows 10 laptop. Connect a USB port from the computer to the USB Type-C port of the Falcon A1 with the included cable. The Falcon Design Space software is easy to use, and best of all, it's free. In addition to the control software, Creality also has a large community of helpful users who can supply creative ideas, helpful tips, and even free files for you to use with your machine. And yes, that's the same Creality that's known for its quality line of 3D printers, like my Ender 3 V3 SE and other great machines for creators. The Falcon A1 also offers a large print area, roughly 12 by 15 inches, so it's big enough to handle a wide range of modeling projects, and its 10-watt laser can cut a multitude of materials. Adjusting the engraver settings for different materials can sometimes be a chore, but Creality makes that easy too. Materials purchased through the Creality store include a QR code that can be scanned by the Falcon A1's built-in camera, and the optimal settings are automatically loaded into the Falcon Design Space software. So as a test file to see what this thing could do, I went to Crapseek, which has a large collection of free files, and I selected a ruler and square. And here's the end results. We've got crisp graphics and nice clean cut lines. And who can't use another ruler, straight edge, and square? And so that inspired me to make my own project, a new control panel for the new staging yard on my train layout. So this is how I used to do my control panels. I would start by putting a coat of white paint on, let it dry overnight. Then I would add the tape of the track designs. Then I would come over that with a coat of black paint. Let that dry, sometimes a second coat of black paint, let that dry. Then I would come back and sometimes add lettering. I never did on this one. And then drill all the holes for all of my electrical components. And so to do a panel, it took usually 3, 4, sometimes 5 days to do a panel like this. Or my new panel for my yard, it took me about 20 to 25 minutes to print this up in the software to design it, and then another 30 minutes or so to actually print it. And here it is, with all of my holes pre-drilled for my electrical components. So here we have, like for my turnouts, this is a single pole, double throw, momentary contact, basically a miniature version of your Lionel turnout controller. These are single pole, double throw, basically on-off switches, so I can turn power to the sidings on and off. And then this is a 6-pole double throw rotary. So I could choose from up to 6 different throttles. I'm going to use 3 with off in between them. So instead of 3 or 4 days plus drilling the holes and adding the wiring versus about an hour, and everything is pre-drilled, ready to go. And I think this looks a whole lot better than that. You also have the option, if you don't like the wood look, you can always stain it. You can put a clear coat on it. You can also use colored plywood or colored acrylic to get different color variations if you want a more industrialized looking panel. And so this was so much fun. Let's do another one, and we'll take it step by step from design to finished product. This one's a little more complicated. We've got two main lines, we've got crossovers, and we've got some sidings that the operator is going to have to worry about. But our area is 300 by 300. Here to there and over to right about there. If we're going to start another one, we're going to be doing some fill engraving. And with this, we're going to take our shape tool and we are going to draw in. This is going to be main line number 1. And it's a main line, so it's going to be thicker. It's going to go pretty much from edge to edge. So we're going to copy this because this is going to define our main line width. But this one, because of the way the track plan works, we're going to start, and this is going to be shorter. The main line angles away. So we're going to copy it. I'm going to paste it. Now this one, we're going to rotate at an angle. And let's bring it up here. So that's our main line. Now this little triangle here, we're going to worry about that later. Now we've got some secondary mains. They're going to be a little bit thinner. This is going to be another fill engraving. In our shape tool, we're going to make our rectangle again, but we're going to make it a little narrower this time. So now that I've got a decent width, I'm going to copy it and I'm going to paste it up here. All right, so we have our main lines in blue. We have our secondary lines in green. Now let's add our spurts and let's zoom out and see what we've got. Okay, main line, secondary tracks, and sidings. Let's take care of this problem of these little light triangles. What we're going to have to do is we're going to add another layer, fill engraving. And then we are going to alternate colors here. So we're going to take this one and let's make this one layer 4. And you see that white triangle is gone now. And let's do this one. I got rid of that one. This one. Okay, so now all of those white triangles are gone. That means all of this is going to be engraved as fill. I'm going to start adding text. Now let's pick our text tool. We're going to click over here. We're going to call it main number 1. And let's change our font first of all. So we're going to go to Deja Vu Serif. Changing this is going to be line engraving. See now how that changes the color. And we're going to move main number 1 is down here on the bottom. Now that is way too big. So let's shrink it down. One thing I forgot is there is a drawbridge here. So yeah, let's go back to our shapes. And again, let's make it a rectangle. And then let's add a rectangle here. And then let's rotate it. Rotate. It's too wide. Yeah, just like that. And then let's move this way. All right, so I've got my lines, I've got my text. The next thing I want to do is to pre-cut holes for my electrical control. So I'm going to come over here to my shapes. I'm going to do circle. And I'm going to put these, so circle. Let's start with one right here. Let's make sure that it is a line cut. There we go. I do still have some room, and I want to add my logo. So we are going to go to Import, and we're going to find Lean City logo right there. And there it is. And we're going to put that right there in the middle. Now, one thing that I can do is I can come up here and I can preview what the laser is going to do. I can turn it all the way up. I can watch it either in real speed or in really, really, really sped up, and which is what I'm doing now. So you can see exactly what the laser is going to do. The blue line here is showing where the laser is moving from one spot to another. Now, I am doing this on a desktop computer that is not connected to my Falcon, but if it were connected, you see here it says not connected. If it were connected, we could just go ahead and frame it, make the laser, double check the aiming of the laser with the product and hit start, and it would go. Since I am not connected, I'm going to have to transfer this design to the Falcon a little bit differently. Okay, so we are going to save it as a document, and I'm going to save that onto a flash drive and take it over to the laptop that is connected to my Falcon, and we are going to go ahead and we are going to burn this. I loaded my design into the laptop using a flash drive. I put my material onto the engraving plate, or in this case, the optional honeycomb to reduce heat while cutting. Then I focused the laser using the focus guide. Loosen the 2 thumb screws on the laser module and manually adjust the height to the appropriate step on the focus guide. In this case, that's the highest step. Then tighten the thumb screws to secure the module in place and remove the guide. Then I double-checked the materials setting in the Falcon Design software. In this case, I simply placed the material QR code under the Falcon A1's camera, and the software automatically selected the proper material settings. Then I used the frame function to check the position of the laser with my material and design. I used the Falcon A1's camera to see the material with my design superimposed onto it to check the position. When everything was set, I hit print, watched, and waited. And so this one is a lot more complicated than the first. So this one took about an hour and a half to cut. So this will work well. Now, to mount this on my fascia board, I'm going to put a piano hinge across the bottom so that when I need to access the wiring, it will fold down and I will be able to have access to all of the wiring here. And then to hold it in its regular position, the hinge goes up, and just fasten a couple of pieces of hook and loop tape to the top to keep it up in its normal position. Simple, easy, and plenty of access all at the same time. You don't have to necessarily have the wood look. You can go with colored plywood to give you that look. You can use acrylic. You could even do it in metal if you really, really wanted to. So you see that the Falcon A1, it is easy enough for beginners. Again, I am just getting started in laser engraving. Setup could not be easier. The included software is very easy to use. It has automatic materials recognition. It's pretty much foolproof. So for me, this is kind of a no-brainer as far as something to have for use not only around the layout, but around the house as well. And again, follow the link provided here and also in the video description for more information about the Falcon A1 and, of course, to purchase. So as always, I hope you enjoyed the video as much as I enjoyed making it. So keep the trains running and the wood burning, and we'll catch you next time with more toy train tips and tricks.